Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we will be discussing chapter 1 of political science, power sharing. Now by the name itself you will know that we'll be discussing how power is shared specific to our country India. You can read this introduction to the chapter and you will know what we'll be discussing. The chapter starts with examples of Belgium and Sri Lanka. I'll give you a brief description about them. You can read them in detail. Belgium was a small country in Europe, and although its area is smaller than Haryana, it is a independent country. The ethnic composition of the small country is very complex. Okay, uh, here you can read this line. Now the minority here was rich and powerful, and hence it was resented by the majority of Dutch speaking population. Hence during 1950s and 1960s the tension between two communities grew in Brussels. But as you know, the Dutch speaking people constitute a majority in the country but a minority in the capital. Another country, Sri Lanka, had Tamil Nadu, Tamils residing there. Sinhali speakers were the majority and the Tamil speakers were 18% of them was minority. Among the Tamils also there are two types of Tamils: Sri Lanka Tamils and the Indian Tamils. Indian Tamils here. Okay. Now what happened is, once again it is a competition or tensions between majority and minority here. Okay. Sri Lankan Tamils are concentrated in the north and the east of the country. Most of the Sinhali speaking people are Buddhist, and while most of the Tamils are Hindus or Muslims. There are about 7% Christians who are both Tamil and Sinhala. So you can see the complex situation that has been created. Different languages, different religions, majority, minority, tensions will arise. Right? India also has this problem of majority and minority religions and languages, which has caused past divides and riots as well. So same would happen here. Now what happened is, in the case of Sri Lanka, they adopted a measure called majoritarianism. As a result, that is, the democratically elected government issued a measures of majoritarian measures, that is measures favoring majority of population in the country. Hence what happened was that all the policies, all the practices were catered towards the majority, that is the Sinhali speakers of Sri Lankan community. So other minority felt discriminated against, exploited, and they were not happy. Hence that once again will these tensions would rise and everything would happen. Similarly that happened here. You can look at these maps and you'll be better understanding which areas the population was concentrated. So here this maps as well. This is for the Brussels area and this is for Sri Lanka. You can compare them. See, these measures increased alienation of among Sri Lankan Tamils, and they felt that none of the major political parties led by the Buddhist Sinhala leaders was sensitive to their language and culture. And then of course tensions would rise once again, and the tensions turned into civil war. Thousands of people, both communities, have been killed. Okay. Many families lived, became refugees, and many more lost their livelihoods. So, in the end, what happened? Okay, this is a question which you can ponder upon in this chapter. So, it resulted in civil war. What happened in Belgium? Accommodation happened in Belgium. It is a contrasting thing. Civil war हो गई वहाँ पर Sri Lanka में, but Belgium government ने accommodation measures लिए. Constitution को Dutch speaking ministers shall be equal हो गया central government में. Some laws require the support of the majority members from each linguistic group. नो सिंगल कम्युनिटी कैन मेक डिसीजंस यूनिलैटरली. 3 पॉइंट्स हैं जो बेल्जियन गवर्नमेंट ने लिए. आप इनको रीड कर लीजिए. दिस इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. सो मूविंग ऑन, ये वाला भी पार्ट है सेंट्रल और स्टेट गवर्नमेंट के. देयर इज दिस थर्ड काइंड ऑफ गवर्नमेंट. दिस कॉल्ड कम्युनिटी गवर्नमेंट इज इलेक्टेड बाय पीपल बिलोंगिंग टू वन लैंग्वेज कम्युनिटी, डच, फ्रेंच, जर्मन स्पीकिंग, no matter where they live. This government has a power regarding cultural, education and language related issues. जैसे हमारे यहाँ पर लोकल गवर्नमेंट पंचायत होती है, वहाँ पर थर्ड टाइप ऑफ गवर्नमेंट कम्युनिटी गवर्नमेंट बनाई गई जो कल्चर, एजुकेशन और लैंग्वेज रिलेटेड इश्यूज़ को हैंडल करेगी. You might find very complicated. It is indeed very complicated even for people living in Belgium. But these arrangements have worked well so far. इसका मतलब है कि हाँ, ये बहुत सारा दिमाग लगाने वाले अरेंजमेंट्स हैं, कॉम्प्लिकेटेड है, याद रखने पड़ेंगे हमें कि कौन क्या करेगा, किसके लिए रिस्पॉन्सिबल होगा. बट बेल्जियम, इट हैज़ वर्कड आउट फॉर बेल्जियम. वहाँ पर जो रह रहे उन्हें भी लग रहा है कॉम्प्लिकेटेड है, बट इट हैज़ वर्कड आउट, क्योंकि ताकि सबको लग रहा है कि दे आर हर्ड, उनकी रिप्रेजेंटेशन है. श्रीलंका की तरह नहीं कि वहाँ पर वो लग रहा है कि उन्हें साइड लाइन कर दिया, उन्हें मार्जिनलाइज कर दिया और वो एंड में सिविल वॉर हो रही है. यहाँ पे दे हैव एग्जिस्टेड पीसफुली सो फार, राइट. What to learn from this is power sharing is so desirable because civil war नहीं होगी. सबसे सिंपल आंसर यही है. इसके बारे में टेक्निकल सारी बात इस पेज पर आप एक बार रीड आउट कर लीजिएगा. मैं डिटेल में अभी नहीं जा रही हूँ. Here this is another diagram, storytelling type of. You can read that. It is interesting, huh? Moving on, forms of power sharing this is important. Power share among different organs of government. What is this? Legislature, executive and judiciary. कैसे शेयर होती है इंडिया में? आपको पता होगा, चेक एंड बैलेंस का सिस्टम है हमारे यहाँ. Every government check and balances each other. Judiciary is independent of the government and hence has good legal power and they can judicially judge cases even for the government of president and prime minister of the country. Power can be shared at government at different levels. ये भी हम इंडिया प्रैक्टिस करता है. हमारे पास सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट है जो सेंटर मतलब पूरे नेशन के लिए ओवरऑल रिस्पॉन्सिबल है. वी हैव स्टेट गवर्नमेंट्स. हर स्टेट गवर्नमेंट अपने स्टेट के लिए रिस्पॉन्सिबल होती है. एंड एट द लोकल लेवल वी हैव पंचायत्स एंड लोकल फॉर्म ऑफ गवर्नमेंट जो आपको पता है क्या करती है. वो आपकी कम्युनिटी वाइज गवर्न करती है. आप छोटे से एरिया को वहाँ पर वो आपको डायरेक्टली ग्रास रूट लेवल पर जाकर आपकी प्रॉब्लम्स को हर्ट करती है और उनके लिए काम करना चाहती है. मूविंग ऑन, थर्ड पॉइंट, पावर may be also be shared among different social groups such as the religious and linguistic groups. ओके, इंडिया में ये इतना हम देखते नहीं है, बट वी हैव कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ने हमें राइट दिया है कि हम एजुकेशन के लिए हर कम्युनिटी, हर रिलीजन अपने लिए एजुकेशनल इंस्टीट्यूशंस बना सकता है. कोई वो नहीं है. वी डोंट हैव एनी स्टेट रिलीजन और स्टेट लैंग्वेज, ऑफिशियल लैंग्वेज. वी यूज़ बोथ हिंदी एंड इंग्लिश ताकि किसी को लगे नहीं कि वी फेवर वन ओवर अदर. हैंस ये वाला पार्ट जो है हमने थोड़ा इंडिया में नहीं है, बट यू हैव सीन दिस इन बेल्जियम. ऑल्सो पावर शेयरिंग कैन ऑल्सो बी सीन विद पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज, प्रेशर ग्रुप्स एंड मूवमेंट्स. ये इंडिया में हमने देखा. वी हैव सो मेनी पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज, सो मेनी डिफरेंट आइडियोलॉजीज दे अडॉप्ट इन देयर पॉलिटिकल्स. Where we also have NGOs and everything, pressure groups, everything happening global and in India, so you can see through that. Now we are at the chapter. It is done. Just here take a look at this latest revised part for 2 minutes, and if you do have any doubts regarding the chapter, you can drop them down please in our comment box, and we'll be looking through them and helping you solve these doubts. Thanking you. Bye bye.